Hi everyone, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and this video is a review of Moonmanor, released March 11th, 2022. It's a semi-fictional biography of James Jimmy Carrozo and his funeral. Before I hop into my review, if you want to support the channel, please take a second to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We really appreciate it. This review will contain spoilers, so please continue with caution. Lastly, if there's something you want to see reviewed, leave a comment and we'll get to it. Thank you. We're hopping in 3, 2, 1. The plot of the film follows Jimmy on his last day alive. He has Alzheimer's and it's getting worse, so he has chosen to go out on his own terms and euthanize himself. On his last day alive, Jimmy decides to throw a celebration of life, a funeral as he calls it. Before his party, he invites obituary writer Andrew, death doula Friddy, and his Christian brother Gordon to spend the day with him. Jimmy tells Andrew about his life as an actor, singer, and business owner of Mooney Babies, a child plush company. He also tells him of the love of his life, Ricky, and his death. Throughout the day, Andrew meets several characters from Jimmy's life, such as his tender caretaker Remy and his best friend Slick, who is quite literally slick. Speaking with Friddy, Andrew learns more about how Jimmy has chosen to die and her role in easing the process. As a Christian, Jimmy's brother Gordon does not support his euthanization decision. Along with his fellow church member Terry, they protest the event but eventually leave him alone. Throughout the day, Jimmy sees a mysterious and terrifying figure which claims to be his intuition. Despite this, Jimmy goes on with his day and hosts his celebration. At the end of his celebration, he signals to Friddy that he's ready. Jimmy, Andrew, Friddy, and Remy convene privately as Jimmy prepares and finally takes his life. A short while after his death, Andrew publishes Jimmy's life story. There were several conflicting themes in this film, which I thought worked together pretty well. The main theme of the film is empowerment through death. Despite being afraid to die, Jimmy chooses to die because it lets him control the end of his narrative. A contrasting theme is the Christian belief that suicide goes against God's design. The film does a good job of portraying the strained relationship between Gordon and Jimmy due to their beliefs. While there is some reconciliation, Jimmy chooses a path Gordon cannot support, and viewers can feel the emotions of both characters. Ultimately, the film offers an interesting perspective on funerals conveyed by Jimmy's message, which I'm paraphrasing. I find it funny that the one day everybody gathers to say nice things about you is the day you're not there. The acting by James Jimmy Carrozo is stellar, no space puns intended. He's the highlight of the film and does a wonderful job portraying a witty, zestful, and elderly gentleman. He's comedic in the right moments and artistic when given an opportunity. Jimmy is the cool grandpa many of us wish we had. From the opening scene, it's clear as day that Jimmy will steal the show. The supporting cast was also enjoyable. Reshma Gajar did a good job as the caretaker Remy, helping Jimmy and learning a new language for her next patient. Lou Taylor Pucci also did a good job as the bright-eyed writer, finally given a chance to be featured. Deborah Wilson fit the look of a death doula, but unfortunately her acting was subpar at best. On the other hand, Richard Raley and Galen Howard were nicely cast as Gordon and Terry. Richard did well playing an evangelical man torn by his brother's decisions. Terry also did well in his role as an awkward man-child trying to help, providing comedic support at the right moments. The film ran for an hour and 43 minutes and used its time wisely to share Jimmy's life. The questions from Andrew helped guide and transition the direction of the film in a simple yet effective narrative perspective. The only thing in the film that could have made the direction and pace better was further development of Jimmy's intuition. I enjoyed the sounds and background noise in the film. It helped make Jimmy's last day feel grounded and believable. The standout song in the film is The Promise by When in Rome. After watching the movie, I played that song for weeks and I listened to the entire album. Outside of licensed and produced music, Jimmy does a wonderful job when he breaks out into song. You can tell he was born to be a showman. I enjoyed the dialogue in the film and felt that it had some powerful lines which invoked further thought. I would have loved to see more pushback to Jimmy's viewpoints, but was satisfied with the arguments presented by Jimmy and his friends. I enjoyed the cinematography of the film. Considering the low budget of the film, directors Granite and Bang Bang did a wonderful job of finding creative angles and lighting to create surreal experiences. There were only a few scenes that could have been tweaked given a higher budget. Since the film had a low budget, it makes sense that the production design would be constrained. The film largely takes place in Jimmy's home, even in flashbacks when he's auditioning for musical roles. This breaks the immersion the film has constructed, and it would have been nice to see a couple more set locations. Does the low budget also affect the special effects? The answer is yes. There was one scene in particular with Jimmy's intuition where the special effects detracted from the magic and suspense of the moment. A higher budget would have definitely improved the production design and special effects. As far as indie films go, indie film lovers will likely enjoy this one. However, for the average viewer, it may be a hit or miss. The film offers an interesting perspective on death and argues that we should be empowered to choose how and when we die. Despite having a counter-Christian argument, the film doesn't push it, and the true meaning of the film could be lost in translation. Due to a low budget, the creativeness of the directors can be seen in the soundtrack, dialogue, and cinematography. However, the low budget doesn't always work in the film's favor, especially for the production design and special effects. Despite all of this, I think the film is certainly worth watching. I gave this film an 8.3, and as Moonmanor conveys, the art of dying is the art of living. Thank you for listening to my review of Moonmanor. If you enjoyed enjoyed the content and want to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. If there's something you want reviewed, leave it down below and we'll get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Friends with Benefits. My name is Diego and I'll see you next time.